All right, so we're going to start talking about the Omnitracs Navigation, and you can get a hold of one of the user guides actually if you'd like to kind of go step by step. The user guide, here's the PDF that you can access. And while we're going through it, let's first take a look at the map. So this is the first view that you're going to get of the navigation. And so just to kind of give you an idea of what each of these numbers represent, before we dive into the actual training itself, this will kind of help you maneuver around and know where I'm going to get the information. So let's start with number one. So here is number one. This basically what this represents. It depicts the next step or the turn on the route and how far away it is. So in this example, it's 287 miles away. It's exit 138A, which you can get right here in I-440 East. And so this is the information that you're going to be getting on the route that I'm currently taking. So that's number one. Number two is going to be way over here. Number two is the Detour button. The Detour button, you can set it up to go 1, 2, 5, 15, or even 25 miles of the route, so that depending on how much you want to see of the route itself. And of course, here's the cancel button if you need that to cancel the current route that you're on. The ETA is number 4. So right here, it says 5:15 a.m. That's your estimated time of arrival. That's the anticipated time of arrival, whatever you want to call it, but of the current trip that you're on. So that's going to be the remaining distance on the route, which again, you can see before the next turn is even 287 miles. The remaining distance is 1,338 miles. So again, that gives you all the details there. Now the menu button, this button is to access the main menu right here, which is where you'll be basically starting most of your sequences on, is this main menu button here. So every time you need to go get, you need to go find a new destination, you want to start anything over, you go to this number 5, the main menu here. Okay. Number 6 is going to be to the right of it here. Now, the number 6 is going to be the list. And when you click on this, it's going to give the turn-by-turn direction, so step-by-step. Instead of the map view that you see here, it's going to get the step-by-step details. So where you see number 1, where it says 287 miles, exit 138A, is just going to continue to list down right below it all of the steps one by one instead of that map view. And then, of course, you'll be able to click on that number 6 again to get the map view. So that's how you toggle back and forth between the list view and the map view. So number 7 is just to the right of that map view, list view toggle there. And this is the incident button. Now, you're going to tap on this button to record your current location, basically to timestamp it. And the incidents, what they're used for is basically to feed or to submit feedback to Omnitracs so that they can be provided with more accurate information. So, and that's just going to help them to update any of the routes, to update detours, anything like that, just to make it that much more efficient and accurate for everybody else and yourself. But that's what number 7 is, and that's the incident button. So while you're going down the road, you can push this button. All you need to do is just tap the button, and it will record the timestamp and the location so that you can come back to it and then make the edits later on in updating what that incident is referring to. Maybe it's a low bridge, maybe it's a detour, maybe it's a out of route or excuse me, non-truck route, whatever that incident is going to represent, you're going to edit and give that information later. Now, number 8, right above that incident, is the miles per hour. So on the left-hand side is going to be the speed that you're going, and then on the right-hand side is going to be the actual speed limit. So this is going to depict your current speed on the left, and then the posted road speed on the right for here. And then if speed alerts are being used, then the truck the truck speed, if it exceeds the posted speed, which in this case is 70, 70 miles per hour. If it exceeds the posted road speed, then the truck speed will display on in yellow right here, and exceeding the speed threshold. That'll basically cause the truck speed to display as a red as you're exceeding. The zoom button's right above that to get a closer view. Now this one is set at 10 miles. Like I said, in 1, 2, 10, 15, and 20, I think are the intervals that you can view the map at. This one's set at 10, so you can zoom in by doing the plus button. You can zoom out, of course, with the minus button. And then the heading is right here. This, like, the heading is, you know, the compass itself, what direction you're going, your current direction of travel. This is 3D, which is picture doesn't give it justice, but this is a 3D view here. And basically it's the map orientation, so it can be set to the current heading. And the north is always at the top of the screen, so the north is always facing up. There it says north up. So this is the information for the main menu on your Omnitracs Navigation. I should also specify that the 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as number 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, those are only going to display if you are on, or if a current route is selected, which you would have selected through the menu button. And we'll go through that step by step as well. But 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, those only display if a route is selected. Okay, so for the Omnitracs Navigation, if you're navigating to an address, you're going to start at the main menu screen, click on the menu button, and then go to New Destination from the list. And then from there, you'll click on Address. There we go. So from the Omnitracs Navigation, here is just a step-by-step PDF that is actually quite helpful. But what you will do is you'll go from the menu section that we showed you earlier. You'll click on that menu button in the lower left hand, and then you'll go to New Destination. The New Destination will bring up a list of address, point of interest, history, or favorites. From this one, we are actually going to go to address. So you'll tap on address, and then you'll start typing the name of the city. Now remember that you don't want a township, you don't want a community name, you want the actual city or town name. So you start typing that in. In this example, we're going to use Phoenix. The address is going to be 1013 East Hatcher Drive in Phoenix, Arizona. So in order to find that, we're going to start typing in the city name, Phoenix, and it will populate, because once you click on the list, it'll start populating a number of Phoenixes, or options at least. Now there's Phoenix, Arizona, Maryland, and Oregon. We're going to tap on Arizona, and then we'll list. And once you've hit or clicked on that, then you can start typing in the address, when the actual street name. So you are going to start typing in Hatcher, because that's the actual name of the street itself. So start typing in Hatch. It'll populate again, and once it starts listing, it'll populate East Hatcher Drive, East Hatcher Road. Well, in this case, we want East Hatcher Drive. So you're going to tap on that middle one there, and then click on List, and then it will populate for you. And then you'll be able to save it. Now you can save it within the trip, within the favorites, or you can just start right from there, and it'll start the route for you. So that's the Omnitracs Navigation, looking up a new address. Now, the default name for a favorite is going to be the address. So if you are saving this within the favorites, you're going to need, if you want to save it of anything other than the actual address, say you want to put it under the customer, which you can do, then you will at that point need to go in and then select save, and then edit that entry. And then of course you can add to the trip. So add to the trip, or to route it, to start it. Like I mentioned earlier, those are options. From the main menu, you can also include point of interest, especially if you're going to plan out your day. So click on the main menu again, the menu button in the lower left-hand corner, then new destination. And from the list at this point, now you can click on the POI, which is the point of interest. And it'll give you another screen where you'll be able to choose near the vehicle, near the city, or near the destination. And then you'll specify from there what you're looking at. Now you can choose, once you've chosen one of those three options, near the vehicle, city, or destination, you'll see a list of different categories in the point of interest section itself. You can choose fuel station, restaurants. I mean, there's a whole array of categories that you can choose from, and then it will auto-populate. You can also change the distance that you're looking for. So if you want to view it within a 10-mile radius instead of a 5-mile radius, you can change the distance in the settings as well. So it'll view, or it'll populate options for you within the 5 or the 10-mile radius instead of the 5-mile radius. So that's all under the point of interest. And then you can, of course, using this navigation, navigating to a favorite or a history location, you can do that just by clicking on favorites or on history. And again, you can use either the new address or the point of interest as well. Now to add to a trip or for the destinations, again, you're going to go to menu, new destination, tap the address, and then tap the full address. Put the city name in, and from there you'll put the building number, the actual address number, and then the street name. Remember, use the street name, and then you'll be able to put the type in later or even the direction in as well. Once you've tapped on that, you'll be able to start it, which is the button over here on the right. You can add it to a trip or you can add it to your favorites. If you need directions to a city or a town, but not a specific location, then the city center destination option is going to be a quick, or will be a quick option for you to generate the route to the city itself. So in order to do that, you'll tap on the menu button, which again is going to be in the lower left-hand corner. Click new destination. Once you're there, you're going to click on address, and then tap city center, and then type in the name of that city that you're looking for. You tap the destination if it appears on the list, or tap the list to scroll through the full list of options, which again, that list button is on the bottom right hand of the screen, and then tap start and it'll get you started. Now for the Omnitracs navigation, it has again, I mentioned earlier, the point of interest, the POI, which is built right into it, which will will allow you to find common locations real quickly. So whether you're looking for a gas station, a fuel stop, whether you're looking for a restaurant, all of that will be easy to find based off of the radius that you've asked. So whether it be 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20 miles, you'll be able to specify how far or what the distance is that you are willing to go to find that location. Again, whether it's a restaurant, it could be a historical site. There's a lot of different categories that you can choose from to find that. And you can find it near that city instead of a specific point of interest. You can just kind of put in, you can go near the city. So from the menu, new destination, tap on point of interest, and then tap near city instead of typing in the specific category that you're looking for. Or near destination is the other option. When you're adding to a trip, again, you're going to the menu button in the lower left-hand corner. You're going to tap on new destination, tap on favorites, and then edit. So you'll have the edit button in the right-hand side. These are the different favorites that you have listed so far. These are locations that have been named according to the according to the address and what that address represents. Now, if you click on the edit button on the right-hand side, you'll be able to rename and put in your favorite. You'll also be able to delete and then, of course, confirm that you're going to, or what intention you were trying to make. Arriving at a destination. So once you arrive at a destination, you'll get this notice, which says you have arrived at your destination, and it'll give the destination the name that you've named it on in your favorites, and then the address itself. Now, once you've arrived at a destination, but maybe it's just part of a trip and you have another destination to go to or another stop, then this is all part of your trip. So at this point, you'll have a pop-up that looks like this. You have arrived at your destination, and it'll list the address and the name of the destination according to your favorites, according to how you've named it. And then it'll say next stop, and it'll give the address of your next stop. You'll be able to stop at the current trip, skip to the next stop, skip next stop, or go on to the next stop. So these are the pop-ups that you may see once you hit the destination. Omnitracs Detour allows you to find any of those detours. Remember, the detour button is right over here in the upper right-hand corner for various stretches of your route. And again, that's 1, 2, 5, 10, and 20, I believe, that you'll be able to, 1, 5, 10, and 15 miles of the route that you'll be able to choose for that detour. And that is right there. So for any unforeseen circumstances that might alter a route, that's what this would be used for. And you can easily request a detour route by tapping on the detour button on this screen here. Submitting an incident, there we go. Submitting an incident would just be clicking on this bottom right-hand corner that looks like a communication or a comment box. So click on that bottom right-hand button, and it will timestamp and put in the location. So not only will it mark the time and date that where you went to it, but it'll also put in the address for you so that you can come back and edit it and put any remarks on it that are applicable. So for example, maybe it's a low bridge that needs to be identified. Maybe it's a detour that needs to be corrected. Maybe it's just no longer a truck route, and you need that information in there. So you just, while you're driving, you can actually just tap on that and continue going. You don't need to worry about anything else. It'll timestamp it. It'll put that location in there, that address in there, and you can come back and later fix that. If you have any questions about Omnitracs, or if you're having any issues or need to update additional information, again, you can use the comments within the incident report, but you can also email them at www-ocus@omnitracs.com. You can also reach them by phone at 1-800-541-7490. I hope you found this video to be helpful on the Omnitracs navigation and the user guide itself. If you have any questions, you can contact the Omnitracs navigation at 800-541-7490. Please share this video if you found it informative, if you found it helpful, and you think that somebody else can use the information that was provided by it. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell, because every Tuesday at noon Central, we go live answering questions for all of you out there, as well as providing information on job opportunities here at Decker Truck Line.